Today we're going to look at the drawing strategy thumbnail sketching. Remember, drawing is a skill people are able to learn and improve with knowledge and practice. There are many strategies that can help us to grow and learn as artists. Today we're going to be looking at thumbnail sketches. The definition of a thumbnail sketch is a small drawing used to explore multiple ideas quickly. Why does someone do a thumbnail sketch? Why is it helpful? The purpose of thumbnail sketches is to get lots of ideas on paper in a very short time. It's basically a way to visually brainstorm where you don't obsess about accuracy or perfection, but instead you rough out a large number of possibilities in a short period of time. What do thumbnail sketches look like? Everyone's going to have their own style. They're just quick drawings to get your ideas on paper. Artists use thumbnail sketches to plan their pictures. They can quickly experiment with format and composition without worrying about making it look perfect. Notice how each drawing is of the same three objects but drawn in a different arrangements and viewpoints. Also notice that some objects extend outside the space, which is called cropping. Thumbnail sketches can also just be multiple ideas and different things possibly related to a theme. Thumbnail sketches can also be completely different ideas altogether. Let's practice making a thumbnail sketch together. We're going to start by getting 2 blank sheets of paper and drawing grids like the ones you see here. You're going to be making a drawing in each box. For this exercise, we are going to create hybrid animals. So we're going to be choosing 2 animals and then making a hybrid, combining parts of both to experiment and come up with ideas of different new animals. First, I'm going to start by drawing 4 boxes on my sketchbook. I'm not really going to worry about the perfect shape of a rectangle. I just want to mimic the idea of a page. Next, I'm going to brainstorm a list of animals I think could be really interesting, animals that are interesting to me. I'll draw a cat, a King Charles Spaniel, a squirrel, because I love their fluffy tails, an elephant because they have really interesting noses, a deer because I like their horns, tiger, sandpiper because I love those chubby little bird bodies with their skinny legs, and an alligator, again because they have really interesting faces. You can choose some animals that are really interesting to you. Next, I'm going to choose 2 animals. I think I'll do deer and alligator. I'm going to combine some important features of each of those animals and see if you can read both of them in one drawing. I'm going to give myself a maximum of 60 seconds to create this drawing so that I'm just getting my rough ideas out on paper. Next, I'm going to choose a cat and a sandpiper. Remember, I chose the sandpiper because I love the fact that they have these really big round bodies on these very skinny little legs. So I'm going to definitely include that in my drawing. Next, I am going to choose a King Charles Spaniel, which is a little famous lap dog with floppy ears and a kind of a flat face, and a tiger. Not sure exactly how this one's going to come out, but I definitely think I want the dog to be sitting on someone's lap just to sort of give that effect of a little rich lap dog. As it's coming out, I am not loving this idea, but I'm still going to finish just a quick sketch so that I can add it my library of different ideas. I'll add some tiger stripes on it and call it done. Last, I am going to combine the squirrel and the elephant. And again, my 2 favorite features of these animals. The squirrel, I love how little it is and it's always foraging, and I love its fluffy tail. The elephant, I really think its nose is really interesting, the way it can grab things with its nose. So I know I want to include something like that in there. Again, I don't want to take longer than about a minute on this sketch. I just want to get the rough ideas out there. I'm not worried about how perfect everything looks. I think I'll have the trunk grabbing a peanut. Here's a still image of my brainstorming. I've combined a couple different animals. I've taken less than a minute on each drawing. I definitely think that there's room for improvement on each of these, but it's just my rough ideas out on paper, my thumbnail sketches. Once I am done with my 4 thumbnail sketches, now I'm going to choose my favorite and I'm going to create 4 different compositions using the same animal. So I'm going to try to do close up, far away, I'm going to change the viewpoint, and I might even crop it to extend lines off the page. I've decided to move forward with the squirrel and elephant combination. I think it could be really interesting. So I'm going to create 4 new boxes, and this time I'm going to switch up the orientation, some wide and some tall, and I'm going to create 4 different ideas and different compositions based on this one animal. When I think of an elephant, I often think of a circus. Thanks, Disney. So I'm going to start with a composition of an elephant squirrel at the circus, and I'm going to let it fill up the entire frame, and I'm just going to add a couple little details to show what's happening. I'm going to keep that elephant grabbing a peanut, and then I'm going to be done with this drawing. Next, I'm going to do a couple more compositions. I'm going to do a vertical one where the squirrel elephant is in a tree. I'm going to do another one which revisits the elephant at the circus. This time the elephant is going to be on a tightrope inside the circus tent. Lastly, I think I'll revisit the squirrel elephant in a tree, and I will this time include an acorn and maybe some maple leaves to make the overall color scheme I'm thinking ahead might be in my oranges and in fall colors. Here are my final composition ideas. I've got 2 that are based on trees, I've got 2 that are based on the circus, and now my next job is to choose one I like the most and develop that into a final drawing or work of art. Now that you are done with your thumbnail sketches, you are ready for a final version. You've begun the design process by brainstorming and developing an idea. Now you're going to choose your favorite one to develop further. This is where you slow down, take your time, and create something you are proud of. Ready, set, go!